Hi, welcome to the Cup Night channel. My name is Shane, and I've got a message for you today. So if you found yourself here whenever you find this video, there's most likely something in this message for you. I am going to be connecting to Mars as it is Tuesday, which is Mars Day. If you didn't know, Mars, the Sun, and Venus are all hanging out close together. They're kind of separating now. They had their really tight conjunction just a couple days ago. But yeah, so today is January 13th, 2026 as I record this. It's about 1 o'clock where I am right now. And all of these planets and Mercury are in Sagittarius. This is where they actually are in the sky, as we can see with our eyes and such. I use it's called True Sky Astrology. There's nothing wrong with Western Tropical or Sidereal. I just prefer this system. Yeah, so if we look at Mars, Mars is in Sagittarius, like I said, really close to Venus and the Sun, and Mercury's coming to join the party. And they're catching up to Pluto too, actually. But all in the eighth house. So yeah, shared resources, death, intimacy, these kinds of topics will most likely be coming up in this reading today. And I can already see we got some eighth house vibes with the High Priestess on the pre-shuffle for the bottom. And then also we have these, which I thought was interesting. We have the Pilgrim, so a spiritual quest, right? Very Sagittarian energy, and then the Flame. So there's fire, also kind of reiterating that Sagittarian energy, and then the Shaman. Yeah, so yeah, it's like the Sagittarius High Priestess Shaman coming through for this reading. But yeah, there is a connection to unseen things, hidden things, things that are spiritual, that require a spiritual pilgrimage, a connection to your inner light, right? Yes. I am seeing things are shifting, things are changing, right? The Destroyer and the Ocean, the Great Dissolver, right? But from the ashes, new things arise. And that energy has been with us for quite some time now. Big things are happening around us on the global scale and probably in your personal life as well. So, to get this kicked off before I start drawing some cards, let's get a little saying here. Spirit, please give us the most appropriate saying for this message today. Thank you very much. Are we having fun yet? Yeah. So I'm getting this energy of things are like they're not bad, but there's also this element of like, when is something gonna change? Like, when's the levee gonna break already? You know what I mean? It's just like this extreme tension. It makes a lot of sense because we have these oppositions between Jupiter, which is all about expansion, and the ruling planet of Sagittarius, right? In Gemini, and then Mars and Sun. And Venus seems to have escaped. I have these set to 3 degrees orbitals or less. So Venus is actually still opposing Jupiter as well to a large extent. But yeah. Um, yeah, interesting. And the moon, which we have a waning crescent moon right now, is opposing Uranus in Taurus over here. So yeah, lots of tension. Lots of tension. Um, let's also get a figure here. Go a little bit deeper. Trumpet. Yeah. Sound the alarm. Wake them up. Right? It's a wake up call. So it seems like this "Are we having fun yet?" is it's like things are going to start happening, right? The trumpets are going to be sounding. This is like, I'm not getting just a musical energy here, although obviously it has to do with music, but it's like, like the bugle call in the morning on like a military base or something, right? I think they call it colors. Um, yeah. So it's like alerting people to something that's going on, right? Something that has been hidden, right? But there's definitely going to be a cause for celebration. Three of Cups underneath High Priestess, and yeah, healing and confidence. Queen of Wands, the Star, um, Ten of Cups. Yeah, and all over this conflicting energy, which is changing. There's Jupiter, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, great change. So we got some pretty wild energies coming out through here. Let's grab some archetypes. Alright. Sound the alarm. Sound the alarm. Alright, we have the lover and Gnosis. And the poet on the bottom. Yeah, so very much expression, right? Poets express themselves, their inner core, right? Love, harmony, beauty, very Venusian energy coming through this lover archetype here. I can't help but notice the swan. A white swan, right? Which I think is a metaphor for a good, unexpected event. A white swan. And yeah, the poet. There's like things that were held inside being released. You see how they're holding this orb tightly in their hands, close to their body, and then all these birds are being released from where the head would be. It's like all these things that were held inside are now opening up. And it's something that it's related to something that you may have known just intuitively, right? Gnosis and High Priestess, this is deep inner knowing. Like you've known about this for a long time, and you've kind of just been waiting for the alarm to sound, right? For the trumpets to start going off to be like, hey, it's here, it's finally here, right? All right. So yeah, Gnosis and the lover. Could be an announcement about a relationship or a partnership. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. The lover in tarot, the lovers, is about contracts and commitment, and that goes beyond just romantic. Although it could very well be that. You know, it's going to be a little different for all of us, the way this energy plays out in our lives. Let's see, Spirit, what else do we need to know about this? Are we having fun yet? Yeah, expansion. So 3 of Wands, right? This is waiting for the ships to come in. Yeah, this is like, I get the feeling this is you standing there waiting for like the crap to hit the fan. And perhaps you've been waiting for this for quite some time. Let's keep going. But there is definitely like you're out there and you're watching these ships come in. So something is coming in. Something is right on the horizon, and you're just waiting for it to dock and for the alarms to sound. And yeah, yep, something that was hidden, secretive, unknown by others. You just intuitively have been sensing this. But yeah, it's coming time for it to open up, right? 3 of Wands, the moon. This is an expansion of the unknown, of what was not conscious before. I've now seen, as I'm shuffling, the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, so there's definitely a new energy coming in. It might be somebody you don't know who's telling you something, offering you some piece of information. A cup, a pentacle, right? Let's see. Anything else want to come out? Okay, we got a couple cards that fell out together there. Yeah, Knight of Swords. So this is very fast-moving energy and potentially reckless, right? You can see that horse is kind of like looking back at the rider, like, why are we going so fast? And the rider's just like, full steam ahead. I have to get this message out there, right? Like I said, the trumpet's going off. So we have the Tower. No surprise there. Yeah, whatever this is, it's big news. I have been tapping into this for quite some time now. Temperance. Yep. Gonna have to keep a cool head about this. Yeah, High Priestess came out again, and along with the 3 of Cups. So you're probably gonna feel good whenever all this is out in the open, because you're like, yeah, I was right. But there's gonna be a some kind of like coming together, victory, a cause for celebration over whatever this is. But yeah, it's been very slow moving. It's been like the slowest movement, right? The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the tarot. So, I mean, he's not even in this depiction, he's not even moving. They're just standing there in the field, looking at this thing that they're holding on to, just like, what do I want to do with it? Do I want to show this to other people, or do I want to just keep it to myself, right? This evidence or information, something tangible that somebody's been keeping hidden to themselves, right? The moon, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Because I was having video issues setting up for this reading. My computer updated my graphics card, I think, and it just flashed with OBS Studio, which is what I use to share my screen and the webcam and all that. But I did a meditation before this, and I wanted to just rapid fire. I got a lot of things coming through. So the first thing I picked up on was the energy felt very scattered, right? And that is, I think, related to this expansion of awareness, of energy, of just things happening around you, but a very scattered energy. And it's even really very windy outside today where I am. I say very. It's pretty windy. The wind is blowing and I can hear it, and it's shaking the wall, the windows and stuff sometimes. Yeah, and then I was seeing an X in my mind, and it was like opening up almost like a loaf of bread. You know how some of those, I don't know what they're called, but they're like these stone-like loaves of bread, and they have these X patterns on top of them, and as they rise, they kind of like crack open. It was like that. It was like this X like coming up and opening. It also reminded me of like the X hanger from the X-Men, like the '90s X-Men cartoon, how their jet, I forget what it's called, but they store it, and the basketball court kind of like opens up in this X pattern, and then it comes out, right? Kind of was seeing something like that. I saw an owl swooping down with its talons out. So yeah, it's just like, once again, this very intuitive, wise energy just like locked onto something and like swooping down to like come in for the kill, essentially. It's like something's actually happening now, right? There's an event happening. I saw a conch shell, and I immediately thought the magic conch from there's a SpongeBob episode where they have a conch shell. It's like a toy, and they pull it, and it's like a magic 8-ball. It gives you different responses. So it made me think of that. And you know how you can put conch shells up to your ear, and they say you can hear the ocean in it, right? So conch shells are kind of, they have this intuitive magic connection. So it's like, yeah, it's like you're listening to the environment, right? Through this like magic device, this natural magic talisman, and you're hearing it. You're hearing what's going on, right? I mean, this person is standing in front of an ocean or a bay. He's hearing and seeing what's going on, or they are. Had a slight vision. It was very brief, of a shaman wearing this like ancient looking mask and dancing around. And yeah, that's why I was kind of like, oh well, oh, I shuffled it away. But yeah, at the beginning of the reading, we had the shaman archetype on the bottom, the cards there. So I thought that was kind of cool. So very heavy mystical energy, right? Like I said, being tapped in and in tune with the other side, especially with High Priestess, the moon, together coming out, right? Yeah, in balance with this, and completely aware, and chill with the fact that there's going to be a tower, and yeah, it feels soon. It feels soon. I mean, yeah, Knight of Wands, and then yeah, somebody's been burdened. They're ready to get this off their chest, or they're ready to just come out with it, and yeah, it's gonna be shocking, right? Tower. Somebody is finally ready to express their what has been hidden, the hidden knowledge that they've been holding on to. All right, let me get through all of these. I saw the shape of like a little rubber ducky, and I was hearing, when I was seeing it in my mind, lucky duck. So there's this very fortunate energy. We did see the Wheel of Fortune pop out earlier. I heard the phrase, with these keys. With these keys. So it seems like somebody, or maybe you, are being given keys, or you already have keys, and you're doing something with them. They obviously, keys unlock something, right? So yeah, you're like opening up new pathways in some way. You or somebody around you is opening up new pathways. Saw a huge, it looked kind of like a daisy to me, flower in my mind, and it was blooming. It was just opening up, and like as it was opening up, I was like zooming into the center of it. I saw a turtle, so another connection to the moon there, right? Turtles, when they hatch, they follow the light of the moon to the ocean. It's their guiding force. And then a mushroom squid. So I did bring out my mushroom oracle cards. I've I've got one on the bottom there that I did in the pre-shuffle, and I think it's great. I'll just go ahead and show you. It kind of reminds me of squid, actually. The verdigris ageric. And it says impress on the bottom. So there is this energy of like you being kind of like this mystical, magical persona or figure, right? With the shaman and lucky duck, a huge flower bloom. It's like you're ready to impress somebody or some people. Yeah, the number 31 or the number 4 may be relevant to you at this time. But I will read the description for that later. And then finally, I saw an elephant shaking its trunk. Just the head of an elephant. It was kind of just like swinging it, and its trunk was just kind of like almost like it was dancing, right? Like the shaman. And elephants are, for one, they have fantastic memories. They're also symbols of luck and good fortune in many cultures. And I'm thinking of Ganesha, right? The Hindu god, who I believe is known for bringing good luck and abundance, expansion, fortune, right? Very Jupiter-like energy. And elephants are very large creatures, a very Jupiter-like thing. So yeah, let's go a bit deeper here. I'm gonna get some nouns and see. Spirit, please give us the most appropriate nouns for this message today. Thank you. We're first gonna look at the 8th one. Yeah, 8. Start. Yeah. So like I said, it's starting up, right? Whatever was hidden, right? Or intimate, secret in some way, it's starting to come out. Yeah. What other houses were relevant here? The second. Let's look at the second house. Cows. Oh, cows. Yeah. So the house of value, obviously cows are very valuable animals. They produce milk, and for people who eat meat, they produce beef too. And they're also highly revered creatures in a lot of cultures, seen as like sacred animals. It makes me think of Hathor, the Egyptian goddess, with the cows coming through. As you can see on the high priestess, she's got this like Taurus headdress on top, which is a nod, I believe, to her being like a high priestess of Hathor, right? Yeah. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm feeling we need to just go through these. So, first house, this is self-expression, right? You, your personality. Town. Yeah. So I'm getting like you're out on the town, you're out on display now. You're like being who you really are in front of everyone. Like you're not trying to hide it, is what I'm getting. We did the second house. I didn't really talk much about it other than the Hathor reference, but cows, like I said, they're very abundant creatures. They produce a lot of value. They are valuable, sacred creatures, right? So this being in the house of value, I mean, that kind of speaks for itself. There's a lot of value here in this reading for your second house. Third house, genes. This is a connection with others. It says genes as in like, denim as you wear, but because it's the third house, which is like, brothers, sisters, really close relationships and like sharing knowledge in a like communal setting, a very tight knit way, right? This is making me think of like genetics, like shared genes, right? So I have a feeling whatever this situation is, it is related to um, close connection. Yeah. Ducks. We have ducks. Look, lucky duck. It came out. This is in the 4th house, which is all about foundations and the home, right? So yeah, and this is more than one ducks plural. Yeah. So there's this element of luck related to your stability, your foundations, something good coming through. It looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, right? Well, we have 2 confirmations of this lucky duck energy now. 5th house, discovery. Okay. And the 5th house is passions, right? And that includes, um, things people might regret, like infidelity, cheating, things like that, right? This is the house of short affairs, flings. But it's also a house of creativity. So it says discovery, and immediately I thought, because of the way this reading was going before with the tower and something being revealed that was secret and hidden for a long time, and somebody seems to be wanting to get this out in the open off their chest, right? Something like that may be revealed. And this has come out in a lot of other readings I've done in the past like 6 months, and it, for me personally, this hasn't happened. So I feel like a lot of us have been picking up on this, but just waiting to see what it is. Like, where does this fit in our stories, right? But also, there's a discovery of creative talents and things like reconnecting. Right? It's this expansion, this like Jupiter Wheel of Fortune energy, this like creating and mixing, remixing, discovering new ways to be creative in your environment, right? Lots of reason to celebrate with the Three of Cups. The poet, right? Yeah. Discovery of your inner poet, your inner artist, your inner painter, whatever it is for you, your inner musician. Discovering more aspects of that for yourself. Sixth Judge, yeah. Sixth house is the house of health and service to others. So Judge, I've, a lot of us, I'm sure, have been like paying more attention to our health lately, and getting back on track with health goals. Really like looking at what we consume and what we do to stay healthy critically, and then also I'm getting this like being discerning about who you're offering help to. Right, this is the house of service to others. So being a judge and discerning where you can help out and where you shouldn't help out, where it doesn't make sense for you to help out, right? 7 is the mirror house for me. It's opposite the first house. It's connection to others, the reason. Yeah, a reason to connect. There's going to be a reason to connect with others, right? 3 of Cups. We have 33 here, actually. 3 of Cups, 3 of Wands, right? Creative expansion, yeah. A very good reason to connect with other people. Seems like. Let's see. We already went. Yeah, something is beginning to come to the surface. 9th house Toad. Interesting. Toad. Very magical creatures, right? They are transitional creatures, amphibious, land and water. I'm getting Hecate, right? She is the goddess of the crossroads, associated with like magic and divination, things like that. Magical things. And toads are magical creatures. So there is definitely an adventurous spirit around maybe esoteric subjects or things that are like in between, like the things that don't exactly fit into one place, right? They're the things that you find at the crossroads, the magic at the crossroads is what I'm getting. 10th house, this is public things, right? Sort, yeah. So I have a feeling there's going to be things released publicly that a lot of people are going to have their eyes on, or at least be aware of in some way, and they're going to be sorting through it. There's going to be a lot of things to sort through to kind of figure out like what this was, right? Whenever this comes out. Record in the 11th house. Record. A record. Yeah. So there's a record of things that have happened in groups, in larger communities, the way people show up as themselves, doing the things that they do, whether they're being authentic or not, right? There's a shadow side to all of these houses as well. So 11th house is Aquarian energy, but the opposite of like true self authenticity is wearing a mask, being someone you're not, right? So there may be some kind of recorded or a record of somebody doing something that was not, who they truly were. Like they weren't embodying this like temperance, being in tune with the environment and being truly yourself kind of energy. And then 12th house off. Yeah, so 12th house is deep, like unconscious things, hidden things as well. It's very kind of similar to the 8th house in that way, but this is like collective energy. And with cough, I'm getting like coughing something up, like something coming up, right? It's like coming up and out of the depths, and it's going to be recognized. That energy is just everywhere in this reading. And yeah, like mushroom squids. Squids are deep sea creatures, right? And mushrooms are very like magical, natural things, right? Entities, I guess you could call them, if you believe they have a consciousness. I do. Squids obviously have consciousness. They are animals. Yeah. But yeah, it's something very deep and very like magical and mysterious with the mushroom squid energy. All right. So this reading pretty much goes hand in hand with the one I did yesterday. If you didn't catch that one, you might want to check it out. Even I do a Terror of the News videos as well, where I do readings on news articles, and that it was even in line with yesterday's reading. So yeah, you might want to check that out too. But I'm gonna close it out here. Let's get just some closing advice here for this reading. Spirit, what advice do we have? Oh, okay, we got a whole stack there. That was fast. The Hanged Man, yeah, a pause. Gaining new perspective, looking at things in a different light. So let's see. King of Pentacles, the Chariot, Seven of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and Four of Swords. Yeah, so Seven of Swords, Four of Swords is a very like low key, behind the scenes kind of energy. And I definitely see that for many of us, we have been just working on ourselves, really trying to tap into our abundance that is within us and embracing the treasures that are innately part of us, right? So that we can embody this Nine of Pentacles energy. And you may have been having to do this kind of on the down low, in your environment. But you've been very patient and steady and like forward moving with this, right? King of Pentacles, the Chariot, is like a very consistent, showing up all the time, being dedicated, moving forward victoriously, but at a very consistent pace, not rushing, right? This is taking your time, strategy. There's so much yellow here. Like all of these cards are gold, right? Look at that. That is fantastic energy. So the advice here is to keep doing things, kind of quietly in the background. Your strategy, right? Seven of Swords is not always a bad card. Sometimes we have to be sneaky and strategic, given our environment and who's around us, right? In order to accomplish things. But yeah, so keep doing that, and it's going to bring you more and more into this Nine of Pentacles energy. And yeah, you're just going to keep moving forward with success and victory in this. I mean, King of Pentacles is like a very grounded figure, right? And somebody who has lots of resources, lots of value to share. So that's the advice. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. All right. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you need anything from me, check the links in the description below. Like if you want to book a personal reading, I will do that. Yeah, that's all down there. Other than that, as always, take care of yourselves. Keep your heart open. Bye.